Go.
Okay, Carly, this is another story from my childhood, which was a wonderful childhood for the most part. One morning, just after the sun came up, it was summer, and I was 5 years old. I don't know if I got up before my mom, but it was very early in the morning, and so I was still in my pajamas. Anyway, I thought I would have some fun, so I went and got my baby sister up, and of course she was in her pajamas also. And I said, "Come on, Deanne, let's go out and play." So we went out the front door in our pajamas, and it was a nice warm morning, but it was still very early, so anyway, I was always an adventurous type, and so I looked around and figuring I better not go too far from the yard because I had Deanne, who was only 2, and I was only 5, and I knew I was probably going to get in trouble for something as usual, because I usually got into some kind of a little bit of a trouble. I looked up and I looked at our awning, and I looked at our post going up the side of our red brick house, and I decided that I would climb up the post, climb onto the awning, and then get up on the roof. And so I did just that. So I climbed up it would be kind of a metal post on our front porch, and it ran from the porch up to the roof. Climbed up on that, slid over, got on a canvas or some kind of fabric awning. And I'm probably really lucky I didn't fall through it, or my weight didn't break it, but anyway, it supported my weight. I wasn't a big kid, but I was very strong, and I got up on the roof. Well, my little sister Deanne, she was still sitting down there in her pajamas, wondering when her turn was to come and what would take place after that. So I got back on the awning again, laid down on my stomach, reached way down with one hand, helped her climb halfway up the metal pole, and then with just one arm holding onto the awning and one arm holding her, I swung her clear up onto the awning too. Like I say, when I look back at this story, I know I was 5 and she was 2. So I must have been a pretty strong little girl. Either that or very determined, of course, to have an adventure. And when I look back at this, I'm certainly glad you and Kelsey have never done anything like that, or I probably would have had a heart attack along with beating your bottoms. Anyway, here we were, 5 and 2, nice summer morning, the sun's now up, and we're on the roof in our pajamas. And we ran back and forth, and we danced, and we swung each other, and I had absolutely no fear whatsoever. I felt like I was perfectly safe. I felt like I had Deanne's safety well at hand, and I didn't feel any fear of falling or slipping or any of those things. It's funny now, I have a bit of a fear of heights now, but back when I was a kid, it didn't even cross my mind. So anyways, we're dancing and frolicking on the roof in our pajamas. A man in a Volkswagen Bug. Of course, this would have been the summer of 1966. Anyway, a man in a Volkswagen drives by, and he sees 2 little girls up on the roof in their pajamas, and so he decided he better stop. And he ran up and he went to the door, and I could see him, and I thought, uh-oh, we're in trouble now. And he rang the doorbell, and of course my mom answered, and I don't even know if she knew we were out of bed. She probably thought we were still in bed, because I do remember it was very early in the morning. Anyway, he asked her if she had 2 little girls that might be up on the roof in their pajamas. And I could hear some of the conversation while I was on the roof, and of course my mom had a sheer panic attack and came running out and flailing her arms and not knowing what to do and how to get us down, and I just couldn't believe her shock, and I felt, you know, I tried to reassure her even at 5 years old that we were perfectly safe up there and there was no need to worry and everything was, you know, fine and well. But my dad had gone to work already, and so she was alone and trying to figure out how to get us down. And I said, "No worries, Mom." And so we got back on the awning, and I lowered Deanne down slowly, and my mom grabbed her, and then I swung off of the awning and back onto the metal pole and climbed down. And I can't remember my punishment, but I was the main culprit, and so I'm sure there was a good punishment there for me. But I think all in all, my mom was just happy to have her two little girls down off the roof and inside the house again. So it was fun for me. Thanks.